Hi, I'm Alex Callister.
Hi, my name's Kyle Susaya.
Hi, I'm Kate Leavey-Bergquist. The Young Ramblers, I'm just mentoring the Young Ramblers because I'm far too old to be a Young Rambler. So I'm just going to mentor them and oversee them and just be here for them if they need me. And we have a Young Ramblers group ready to go.
Kyle, you are one of them, obviously.
Yes, one of them so far. Not quite from the beginning, but near enough the beginning of it all.
And do you find that there are lots of your friends in the sort of young people bracket that are interested in this?
They would be if they knew about it, so that's why we've been very much eager to launch as soon as possible. So we are very eager to get it started.
So what will be sort of like the youngest and what will be the sort of oldest that we're looking
So
at?
we have discussed this at great lengths. some person at least 18 up to 35 was what we were thinking as a young rambler. Only because once you get around about 30 to 35, then you'll be thinking about the standard rambling group, which we have plenty of on the Isle of Man as well.
Alex, I'm going to come to you now. So you work at Ardwallen, don't you? So very outdoorsy.
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I've been an outdoor instructor for 10 plus years. It's a big passion of mine. It's where I've got to because of, and I'd like to be able to put that to everyone else and just show what can be achieved through sort of outdoor education and outdoor pursuits as such. My interest began by wanting to get involved and get out walking with people of like-minded, sort of my age category. However, it's not as easy as you think. For some reason, there's some sort of stigma about just meeting random people and going walking. Universities have walking groups, there's lots of other stuff, but here we don't seem to have something like that. So to get involved with that was sort of something that piqued my interest quite a lot.
You're apparently going to have to be leading this. You guys are doing it, so how's it going to work?
Well, young people, it has to be obviously young people related and young people led. So we do have a group at the moment. We've got people in social media positions. We've got people making sure the emails are being answered and standing by for people to email us and actually get in touch.
And Alex, obviously, you do have to be a little bit careful when you're out walking around the island, don't you? Because, there's some of the paths are a little bit trickier than others. So do you need to have some experience and you do need to have someone at the front who knows what they're doing, don't you?
There's nothing to stop you going out and enjoying it. It's just being sensible around the risks you take. Mm-hmm. There should be no barriers to getting out and about. So whether or not that's a walk along Douglas Prom or whether or not you decide to go and walk North Brule, for example, the risks are different, but it's all about how you address those risks. And so long as you're prepared, you take your right equipment. So waterproofs for water, decent walking boots as a minimum, because you never know what's going to happen. But there should be no reason why not to get out there and try it. Don't let lack of experience hold you back. But at the same time, don't be afraid or worried about going, hang on, I've gotten too far here. I'm not too sure about that. I'm going to turn around and go the way I've just become, because that's the most sensible and appropriate thing to do at that point.
Well, what's your role going to be within the Young Ramblers group?
So I think Kate's been a little bit thing with, she's been the main driving force of this Young Ramblers group.
She is a driving force, isn't she?
Yes, most definitely. And I think without Kate having pushed this forward, it may not have come to fruition quite the same way. So I think she is owed a little bit more credit than she takes.
And Kate, I suppose I should ask as well, if there's someone listening, young person listening, to try and encourage them, what would you say to someone to say, do you know what, it's worth trying this? Why should they consider the Young Ramblers group?
Well, just to go back what Alex said before and Kyle about connection, we know that Young Ramblers has increased by 40%, people who've joined the Young Ramblers. Emerging research now, post-pandemic, is showing that young people are disconnected from each other. And, even in schools and education, research is saying that young people are asking to work from home. So we need to stop that. We need to start saying, hey, come outside, go for a walk, go for a beer, go to the restaurant. These Young Ramblers already have made connection with the Shropshire Ramblers. So they have been mentored also by them. So we've had FaceTimes with the Shropshire Ramblers to help them understand how to set up a group. And what will happen is they'll make connections with the Scottish Ramblers, the Liverpool Ramblers, the Cymru Ramblers. And what we expect is them to come here walking and our young Ramblers to go over to the UK and walk with them. So from a tourism point of view and an economy point of view, it's a no-brainer. We're getting young people connecting with walkers all over the UK.
'Cause if they call you, embrace them. If they stall you, erase them.
What we need, though, is what we're going to ask for. We're looking for a sponsor, because what we want to do is train. I can't take on all the training, and neither can Alex. And I know we said before about do they need to be trained to lead a walk, but they definitely need some kind of first aid training and confidence building. And we do have a programme that we can deliver, but Alex and I can't deliver all of it. We might get 50 ramblers who want to lead walk. So we're going to look for a sponsor so we can deliver some appropriate training over the next year. And if they do have trips to England where they go walk and say with the Cymru Ramblers, then it'll be inclusive for everybody, because those who can't afford it will be subsidised if we find a sponsor. If anyone is keen to sponsor this Young Ramblers group, please email us on
manxyoungramblers@gmail.com.
And I take it there's various online ways, sort of social media sites people can check out. Is there as well?
We will be having an Instagram account as well as a Facebook account as well.
Because you know what? The Isle of Man is beautiful and makes for fantastic Instapics as well when you're out walking, doesn't it?
Yes, just not winter time. So if they are going to be interested in this, they can contact us through that email. The advantage, of course, is meeting new people, which you hardly ever do these days. You've got your health benefits for walking, enjoying fresh air, being outside from the indoors, because as Kate had mentioned there, jobs are becoming remote and people want to stay in bed to work. Well, that might be good and well. As a young person, 30 years later down the line, it's not great for your health overall, being in cooped up indoors. And at the same time, it just makes you discover different people.
And so if people want to sort of like check things out online, you've got an active Facebook page, have you?
Yeah, so we have an active Facebook account. Through that, you can access the walks that we will be scheduling sometime soon. And through that, you can book onto those. So we have a rough number of what we're expecting. At the same time, that's for practical purposes, for safety and planning as well, of course.
And Kate, walking is one of those it's just a no-brainer really, isn't it? Because it's free and we have the Isle of Man.
Christy, you know how I feel about the Isle of Man. It's like a huge playground. I've been on this radio so many times saying just get out there and play in this playground. But to add to what Alex said, walking post-pandemic, during pandemic and post-pandemic, the Young Ramblers has increased by 40%, people under 30. So we can't ignore that. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to mentor a Young Ramblers group, because if 40% of our young people have, for a start, joined the Young Ramblers, and also post-pandemic, Pinterest increased young people like looking for walking gear, walking boots, increased by nearly 300%. So they're going out walking. We know they're going out walking. So we need to provide opportunities for them to go out walking. I'm going to mentor this group, but they'll be up and running. Then I'm just going to let them roll. And hopefully there'll be hundreds of young people under 30 join this group. They'll be socialising. They'll be getting out in the countryside. And we'll just be inspiring the next generation to get outside.
So, Alex, just quickly, where's your favourite place on the island to walk?
Doon Glen or Glenmay.
Kate?
Oh, well, you've just got to put in the North Burrell Ridge. It's our only ridge. It's great for a sunrise, and it's a nice little juicy walk on the legs, that one.
For me, well, it has to be from my house to Porteren via the Calf of Man, because I do that every year.
And there's 3 entirely different places on the island already to give you a bit of inspiration. So, Alex, if someone's listening and they want a part of this, what's the best thing for them to do?
You can find the group on Facebook at Manx Young Ramblers, or you can email us at manxyoungramblers@gmail.com.
Thanks so much, guys, and all the best with the group.